All right, here we go. We're bleeding this video out here. I tried to go through this a couple times to get the information as tight as possible. I want to give you guys a flip through of Dark Horse Comics' Starstruck. It's year 1990. And here we have, look, Volume 1, Book 1, Volume 1, Book 2, Volume 1, Book 3. The naming convention, the labeling convention used for Starstruck was in tune to how the industry looked at manga. The comic book publishers looked at manga very similar to magazine labeling. Magazines get a new volume every single calendar year. They tried something similar in the early days. Now, recently on stream, someone tried to challenge me. I don't know why. I don't know why you would ever challenge me, number one. Because you gotta be 100% totally right. Manga has been featured in American publishing since the 80s. It came to a head in the 90s, and that 10-year arc, basically within that 10 years, it never went away within the 90s. And people will say, well, the 90s were about the image revolution. Guys like Crypt here. But no. The other counterpart of the 90s was the rise of manga. Appleseed here. If we were to buy these, like from a comic shop back in the day, we would be confused and we would feel like we're not getting the complete story. Because look, Book 1, Volume 1, easy. Book 3, Volume 2, Book 3, Volume 3, Book 3, Volume 4, Book 3, Volume 5. This confuses the American reader because we like sequential numbering for our comics. Valley of the Wind here. Part 2, 1, Part 2, 2. Well, I need like Part 1, 1 before I can read this. So there's a little bit of an intimidation factor when we're presented with serialized entertainment like this or a complete storyline. The other barrier to entry from American readers into manga is that sometimes we have an ongoing and sometimes we have a finite story. So, so manga does have like floppies versus graphic novels. But it's hard to know what that is when we're buying it month to month and we're seeing it month to month on a American comic book direct market rack or direct market store display. I feel this numbering convention pulled readers out. So a little bit of my contrast on my back and forth, really, of what to do Fridays is sometimes on Fridays I just want to go over something cool, something black and white, something independent, something unknown, and in this case, something forgotten. Kaluta, Michael W.M. Kaluta. He was heavily written about back in the day. And believe it or not, he got memory hold. I recently, with my buddy Mark from, you guys can look it up. It's STARSTRUCK Comics podcast. Maybe a link of that down below. If those guys promote it, I'll tell you that right now. If you promote me, I'll promote you. But with all of that said, and I'm saying that to bust his balls because I know he watches my videos. My buddy Mark, we would go dollar bin, 25-cent bin, 5-cent bin, comic book hunting. And, we did that a few years ago. And I was able to rebuild a lot of my inventory with intent. And we targeted these. We would buy these whenever we saw them because we were just blown away. I mean, guys, at the level of detail here and the line work, the variety of being... we have to say, realistic and cartoony within the same panel. This is what we want to say is absolutely high-level work. I classify this as corner-to-corner artistry, meaning we're drawing through the corners. I mean, we got complete panels here, and we're drawing things hyper-realistic, but then... right? In our European method, super cartoony. This method also in manga, but manga started with the super cartoony. And then they even had a, like we look at Dragon Ball Z, like silly faces, realistic muscles, right? So a little bit of this push and pull is a part of the communication language of black and white comics of this nature. I will say too, when we flip through Starstruck, we have a position here of never to colorize anything that is intended to be black and white. Like if it's black and white, it's black and white. If it's drawn to be black and white, it's black and white. We want to say, because we don't have the color, the storytelling is way more refined and it's easier and, dare I say, more engaging, and it pulls us in. I love how here we have this like purposefully cartoon profile, but then the character gets realistic like the more we see him. There's like this introductory process here, right? Like look how real that is. But guys, this comic is absolutely phenomenal. Like here, look, this chick gets her head blown off. I don't know what's happening. And then we have like a cartoon here. We have a cartoon at the end pages, and this, J. Scott Campbell later ripped this off for a Danger Girl sketchbook, I believe, or Danger Girl Deluxe Edition. There's just something to be said when we look at art. I mean, when we look at machinery like this, when we look at landscapes like this. So a lot of times people don't understand the contrast. And what really is the contrast? Well, let's just go to Don Heck real quick, because I've been on a Don Heck kick. The American style is to do this monthly, to crank it out. You have a story, you have pencil, inking, coloring, lettering, but you crank this out all the time. Like you're in a factory. It's not as refined as a factory as we get with Eastern comics, with manga, with the Korean comics. American comics is like this mixture of the two. Now, when we get to the European stuff, it's a different style, it's a different work ethic, it's different publishing. A lot of European comics, titles, individuals, they got permanent space on bookshelves. See, not comic shelves, on bookshelves and on magazine racks, permanent space. So they had more time. They had more time to work on everything, and their drawing methods dictate that, to where they got really good with going from a blank piece of paper to pen and ink. They developed methods of somewhat they draw out of nowhere, and they have detailed layouts, but they go from the layouts to here relatively quick. There's a different method to their production, and we see it here. Now, did they have a studio system? Yes. Did they have assistants? Yes. Did they have people walking them through the production process like a front office? Yes. But at the same time, they get different results, different materials, different standards. These are all the things we have to consider when we compare stuff. But guys, look at, I just love, when he draws, this armor here. And look, even, the knit sweater, the detail. These are the things we have to be mindful of. Here, too, the book. With the bolts, it's almost like we know it's not a hardback book here. This is like a bound paper, or, bound loose leaf paper. But their technology, the chair here. See, I like here, in the background, just the stippling here. See, right here, because it fills up the panel and it adds this additional texture. And for here, we're not doing crazy things, right? We're not moving and rotating the camera. We're splitting the horizon. So it's horizon, split, horizon, split. We're not, there's a ability to storytell, meaning you can draw anything from any angle. And then there's craftsmanship and rendering, There's an intersection of the two. And the only people that know that is the artist. So you can draw things in your particular way so well, it's not questioned. But I mean, like, look at the leather glove here. Great texture. And here we go. Just like this technology. And guys, I just want to say, Michael, it might be Mikhail W.M. Kaluta. Kaluta here is not totally forgotten. But Kaluta here is not really on the hearts and minds of current illustrators. These books, like I'm not gonna lie, they haven't been next to my drawing table for a little bit, but just doing this video and sharing this with you guys, I'm motivated to get as much from this guy as possible. I mean, he does great. It's funny too. A lot of his like negative panels, like negative background panels, are profiles, and I think he does that to reset the scene. So there's like two ways you can reset a scene. You do it by and we can kind of tell this was serialized, right? Because this is one story here, then this is another. I mean, this could have been serialized monthly or bi-weekly, who knows? I don't know enough about it. But we reset scenes by doing a lush landscape, a lush background, a lush environment like we have here, or as he does, his technique is profiles, and he's developed ways. I mean, guys, even here with these guys carrying these like boxes, like he does, it's just a profile, but he works in enough in there. Like, look at this dude, like struggling to keep it up. I mean, look at the freckles. These right here, those little rivets in the headgear. It's just too much sometimes. It's like too much to look at. I mean, his effects, like blasting through the sun. It's really something. I mean, look at the space station. I wish I could come to you with more about this. I cannot. This has just been in one of my to-do boxes, and that's the part what we do on Fridays, is I just want to bring you guys something for you to track down, and that's hopefully affordable. I think these still are. So coming up next week, because we got a lot of momentum now. Next week will be the Miami Mice comic premiere issue, the first solo by our boy here, Mark Baudet. Come on out, you lousy mice. Look at this, it's all strung out on that Parmesan cheese. All right, AKA Padders. See you guys next week.